gentlemen. How are you doing today? Hope you had or you're having a great day. Okay, so today again I'm gonna say welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, welcome to this space. And so I want to say congratulations to the new Prime Minister. I think this is the official video I'll be making as regards UK after the election. So using this medium to say congratulations to Ken Starmer, the new Prime Minister of United Kingdom. Okay, so I just want to share with you the good news this man has brought on board. First of all, I'd like to commend the good, or let me say, the effort of the UK system of voting. It's actually one of its kind that I witnessed, and it's so peaceful. That's the word to use. It's peaceful and organized. No talks on the street, no fight anywhere, nowhere is crowded. Everywhere is just well organized. And I hope that other nations can, copy this kind of voting system where you don't have to fight, kill people, injure, wound people, and all of that. So it's a good one. Kudos to the UK government for a lovely and peaceful election. And another good news is that I personally voted, and of course, I voted around past 8 in the night. And the next morning, the winner of the election has already been announced. You can imagine how peaceful and swift that is. You will never hear Rishi Sunak say the election was rigged, blah blah blah, because they understand how good and systematic way of counting votes and all of that. So there's no opposition party fighting and saying the election is rigged and all of that. I hope one day nations, especially Africans, can grow to that stage where you can have a peaceful election, very peaceful election. Okay, so having said that, I want to say that in the first full day of the new prime minister in office, do you know what he just did? He put an end to the Rwanda deportation, policy or system. Now, some time ago, the conservative, that is Rishi Sunak, intention was to, deport illegal immigrants to Rwanda, and this has cost the government about over 300 million pounds. And now a new prime minister came in and he said this mission is dead on arrival on his first full day in the office. I'm going to read this to you now. Now it says, Starmer confirms Rwanda deportation plan dead. Now it says, Sir Ken Starmer has confirmed the Rwanda deportation scheme is dead and buried on his first full day as Prime Minister. The Labour leader said he would end the gimmick of deporting migrants arriving in the UK illegally to Rwanda, which was established by the previous Conservative government in first full day in office. So I personally began to think, how much more will the new Prime Minister do? Now, Labour campaign on a manifesto pledge to scrap the scheme, which has already cost around £310 million, promising a more effective approach to tackling illegal immigration to replace it. As a matter of fact, Labour has always been against the Rwanda policy. The Rwanda system has always been what they don't like, and now they're lucky to be. Labour is in position. Of course, the Prime Minister is now taking effect on what he doesn't like. Of course, I believe it doesn't mean that he doesn't or he does encourage illegal immigration. No, it does not. But I think what he's doing is to find a more flexible way to tackle that. I understand that both conservative and Labour want to, minimize illegal migration, want to cut down net migration and all of that. But I think he's just trying to use it, use a more flexible way. At his first press conference since entering number 10, Saken told journalists the Rwanda scheme was dead and buried before it started. He hugged he argued the scheme has never been a deterrent as it would only deport less than 1% of small boats arrival. Now let's look into this together. Over 300, that's 310 million pounds for this purpose of deporting illegal immigrants to Rwanda. Now, just this package will only deport less than 1% of the small boat arrival. Now, listen to this. It said the financial implication of scrapping the scheme and the total bill to the taxpayer are not yet known. Ending the scheme also leaves a question mark over the fate of 52,000 migrants earmarked for deportation. So imagine we have 52,000 earmarked for deportation, but just 1% is what that money is going to, work for. So that's about 200 immigrants or 200 immigrants to be deported to Rwanda. And imagine how much it's been that cost. Now, and in total, we have 52,000 migrants marked for deportation. So can you think about it? How much do you think the government will pay the Rwanda for this scheme, for this deportation system? Now, the scheme was a key battleground during the final days of Rishi Sunak government. The former prime minister made delivering the policy a key priority of his premiership, arguing it deterred people from crossing the English Channel in small boats. Despite being announced 2 years ago by then Prime Minister Boris Johnson, the Rwanda plan faced numerous illegal challenges and never saw a flight take off. You can imagine that. No flight takes off. Now, normally I think another flight is to take off in July on the deportation to Rwanda. But now the new Prime Minister says, no, it's not going to happen. As of 26 June, 13,195 people had come to the UK via small boats, crossing in the channel in 2024, above the numbers for the period in the previous 4 years. Now, since 2018, nearly 120,000 people have come to the UK by this route. That is serious. Now, he added, look at the numbers that have come over in the first 6 and a bit month of the year. They are recorded numbers. That is the problem that we are inheriting. So it's an inherited program. It's an inherited problem. People have been coming in illegally and the number just keep increasing. Now, it had the complete opposite effect, and I'm not prepared to continue with gimmicks that don't act as a deterrent. So it means that this method of deporting people to Rwanda will definitely not stop, illegal migration. The government will only just keep spending money, to deport people to Rwanda. Now, the new government has set illegal migration as one of its key priorities. Yeah, I mentioned that earlier. And the Labour manifesto pledged to curb small boats crossing the channel by hiring investigators and using counter-terror powers to smash criminals and people smuggling gangs. Now, Labour has yet to reveal the full detail of their scheme. Now, we don't know what Labour want to do. We don't know what Stammer has in plan. But really, this is actually a good step to say, okay, we don't want to deport people using this method. We don't want to, I don't even know if it's going to deport them eventually. But this looks like it's trying to look into a more, a better way to limit or to stop illegal migration. Now let's look at it together. If a government wants to pay 300 million pounds to deport 1% of illegal migrants, how much will it cost them to deport 52,000 and more? So personally, it is my opinion that it's better to sustain, I don't know, I'm just saying my opinion anyways, to sustain these people using the same fund within the country, and probably find means to bring them into the system. I don't know, but your opinion, please. If you have an opinion about this, you can drop it in the comment section. Let's hear what you have to say. What do you think the government is doing? And don't forget that last two migrants bound for Rwanda to be bailed. That is what the Home Office says. There are two migrants bound for Rwanda to be bailed. So it says the Home Secretary's spokesman also revealed that there are further 218 migrants were released on bail from detention centers by the previous government during the election campaign. Did you get that? They were due to be deported to the East Central African country as part of previous Prime Minister Rishi Sunak policy to tackle illegal migration. On his first full day as Prime Minister, guess what? Sir Keir Starmer confirmed the Rwanda deportation scheme dead and buried. So guys, let's look at it together. Now, this brings me back to other information or for the other questions I'm getting from people. I'm saying now, can we apply to jobs? Can we apply for visa? Can we apply for COS now and all of that? So personally, I would just encourage you, if you want to come to the UK. Currently is a new system, is a new governance, new government in action, new prime minister, and it's starting on this note. So I will encourage anybody that is planning to travel to the UK to calm down and let's hear what has to happen next. Let's hear more feedbacks, more news, more information from the Prime Minister so we can know, and from the Home Secretary so we can know what's next gonna be done. Let's wait for more good news. If you think this is a good one, please just share your opinion in the comment section. Let's hear what you have to say. And this is actually, for me, I think it's a good news. Well, let's wait for what the better way to tackle this illegal migration. So guys, I just thought to bring this information to you and steer hope on our inside that, okay, if you are coming to the UK, policies can still be made. You never can tell. You might wake up tomorrow and say international students can come in with their dependents and give other categories, give other standards, other requirements, or other things to be done, compulsory steps to take and all of that. So anything can happen. Let's just stay positive and stay expectant. So guys, for this video, please give a thumbs up. I'm gonna see you again in my next video. Bye.